Lady, and today I am just quickly getting 2 pots replanted for the cool season. Now, as you can tell, I am dressed up more than usual. It's because in about 20 minutes I've got to head out the door to give a presentation. But I figured I would take advantage of this little bit of time that I have and share with you what I plan to do for these 2 terracotta pots that are right here flanking the entrance to my kitchen. Now, of course, I want to grow food in these, but I want them to look beautiful, so I'm creating cool season Foodscape containers, one of my signatures. And of course, the combination of flowers and food makes up a Foodscape. So as you can see here, I've got a snapdragon, kale, Swiss chard, and violas staged in this pot. And over here, I am planning to do a layer of tulips, because I can't grow tulips in the ground because the voles eat them. So I'm going to grow tulips in this pot. And I'm going to also include more kale, some red romaine lettuce, 1 broccoli plant, and a couple more violas. Now to get it started, it's really easy. I am just going to use this veggie mix from Soil Cube. It's their brand new product and I am deeply in love with it. And I'm just going to fill my pot up and then I'll show you how easy it is to plant. The veggie mix is a brand new product from Soil Cube, and it's the traditional compost but with wood fiber, charcoal, and aged ground added. So it's an even better formulation specifically for vegetables, and I am so excited to be using it. So basically, I am just going to, there we go, fill this pot about halfway so that I can get the tulips planted deep enough. You know, here in Zone 7, Central North Carolina, tulips really aren't perennial anyway because our ground doesn't get cold enough. And then you add to that the voles who have like an insatiable appetite. Oh, probably filled it a little higher than necessary, and I'm getting myself dirty. I suppose any group that hires me to give a talk should expect that I'm probably going to come with a little dirt. And I just got these tulips. Honestly, I think I got these at Walmart. Just 5 bulbs. And I'm going to concentrate them more towards the front. And again, you know, it's pretty obvious how you should set them. Bulbs are pretty remarkable in that they will reorient themselves, but you're better just to get them planted correctly, tip side up. And now I'm just going to put a little more soil on top of those so they're nicely covered. And now I can start orienting my plants. And I think now that I say this, I'm going to add another snapdragon here. And grab it. I love snapdragons. I just think they're so pretty. This is one called Speedy Sonnet Bronze. I got this at Johnson Nursery down near Wilmington. They have a great garden center. They're a wholesale nursery, but then they also have a retail garden center. So if you're ever headed down I-40 towards the beach, you should totally stop there. They have great plants. And I'm going to make that the thriller, the top plant, the filler, or the tallest plant. And then this poor kale, which doesn't look as good as it could, but I know once it gets growing in this veggie mix, it's gonna improve immensely. This is from Bonnie Organic. I think I may have gotten these at Home Depot. I'm just gonna orient 2 of these on either side. So that's part of the filler element. And I'm gonna do one broccoli plant kind of here in the middle. Just like that. And now I'm going to just fill in with a couple of these colorful violas. And I think I'll do 3. These are essentially going to act as the spiller. And I'm planting those right on top of the tulip bulbs. The tulips will ultimately grow up through, but it'll be a few months before you actually see any tulip action. Now I'm just going to top dress to fill in. And I don't currently have any fertilizer. So I'll be buying fertilizer and compensating for all the containers that I will be planting probably within the next week or so. At this time of year, the plants aren't growing real fast and fertilizer uptake is significantly lower. I always recommend lower ratios at this time of year. The Dr. Earth Organic has a great one that's like 3-5-4, and I think that's kind of the ideal formulation for a winter container garden. So just like that, I have got a cool season Foodscape planted right here off of my kitchen door. I just realized I forgot to add the red romaine, and this one here is just gonna do 1 kale plopped in as a thriller or as a filler, 1 Swiss chard as a filler, and then I think I will go ahead and use these red romaines in this pot. I'm not gonna do any tulips in here, so I can just kind of fill this in entirely. So I've got 2 violas already in here, and I do need to raise the soil level just a little bit for those because they don't need to be planted so deep. So I'll go ahead and fill in and top dress a bit with my soil cube. This veggie mix is so nice. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry for everybody who lives in a place where you can't get it delivered. Right now, it's only available in these small bags, but starting January 1st, it'll be available in the large cubic yard bags. And I've included a link and a code, a discount code, that you'll save $10 off of any order from Soil Cube if you use those. So take advantage of that. It's a good deal. So there we go. Getting these in. I actually think I'm going to plant the 2 romaines close together so it'll make harvesting really easy. And then fill in with a couple violas. I think I'm going to add 1 more to make it look really full. And you know, I wanted these pots to look similar, like they're communicating to one another, but not exactly the same. And I think just the differentiation of a couple plants and changing the order in which you put them in. They're not too matchy-matchy, but it's clear that, you know, they are a pair. And of course, location for containers is always the most critical thing. And well, what can I say? It's not my first rodeo. I've got a hose literally right here. It's always important to note, successful container gardening happens when you place your containers in a convenient location for management, and that means watering and harvesting. This could not be more convenient because it's right here off of my kitchen where I walk out every single day to get to my car. So I notice these pots, I know when they need to be watered. And when I want to make a salad or harvest some broccoli or kale, I'll be able to just walk right out here without even putting shoes on. And that's really, I think, the critical component to gardening in general, but to make it work for you and your habits and be as practical as possible in the plants you choose to grow and then where you choose to grow them so that it meets your needs to the greatest extent. Well, everybody, I have got to head out and give a presentation on this exact topic, and I hope you'll be inspired to create some cool season Foodscape containers and put them in areas where you'll be sure to interact. And I hope that you will subscribe to the Breathe a Plant Lady YouTube channel for more practical gardening advice as I go through my whole garden, changing it out for the cool season ahead. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy gardening.